Hi everyone, I thought I would, this is Tina again. I thought I would share with you my Harry Potter Clue game. A little bit of a background story. Before I ever purchased the Harry Potter Clue game, I actually was trying to make my own DIY Harry Potter board game in general. And even though the board game itself I wasn't too terribly happy with, don't mind that, that's my dog. I wasn't too happy with how my board game was turning out. I was very pleased with my game pieces. During the time that I was looking for game pieces for my game, I was considering doing Lego pieces as my game pieces. And I thought, well, maybe if I did a collection of all the Harry Potter Lego pieces, then those could be my board game pieces. But as it turned out, they're super expensive, and at most you might get 2, maybe 3 characters every time you buy some kind of a package deal of, like maybe like the castle or Hagrid's hut, things like that. So it was kind of disappointing. So then and I even went shopping with my mom, and I was in college at the time and didn't have that kind of money, and, being a big-time Harry Potter fan, I had to figure out something else. My mom was like, no way am I going to spend that kind of money just for that. So, then I decided I was going to make my own. But before I show you that, I'm going to show you the Clue game first. Now, this has already been opened, so I don't know if it's a true unboxing per se, so I've already seen everything that's inside it, but for those of you that don't own it or already own it, I guess this is more for people that haven't purchased one yet. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, inside is the board game. Now, this part is really cool. I'm not going to read the directions or anything like that, but I'm going to just show you what it looks like, and this is really cool. I thought it was a nice twist to the original Clue game. Okay, maybe I should just move this out of the way first. Let's put this on the floor. Okay. Obviously this is not a very flat surface that I have here, but you can get the gist of things. You have, let's see, the divination classroom, trophy room, potions classroom. This is the room of requirement. This is Dumbledore's office, where you make your final guess. The owlery, the library, defense against the dark arts class, the Great Hall, and the hospital wing. So very cool game. These things over here on the side, these notches I'm going to call them, they change your secret passages and stuff like that. So this here is blank now, but as I turn it, it gets covered up so you can't cross over. So every area is like, every corner I will say is like that and has that way of changing things up. And let's see. Oh, and then you can see there's a Hufflepuff crest here, Slytherin crest here. This is a Ravenclaw crest here. I'm a little disappointed because instead of being blue, it's purple, which is wrong. I don't know why they did it that way, but and then you, of course, have Gryffindor on the bottom corner here. It's a lot of fun, very fun game. I used to work as a camp counselor, and I used to bring this into, we would have board game times, and the kids loved playing this board game, especially with the game pieces that I personally made. But I'm going to show you everything else in the box first. So I also use Ziploc bags for a lot of stuff and whatever. These are the sheets. I'm not going to show you the sheets. It's basically like a regular Clue game, but I will show you all the other stuff. So this is your Clue game, like directions and such. Ages 9 and up. So for an older crowd is a little bit better, at least 9 or older. This is just a piece of cardboard. Nothing important or exciting there. Over here we have items that you could have, like Marauder's Map, Dolores Umbridge. Let's see, we got Peter Pettigrew, Draco Malfoy, the Portkey. This is the Great Hall, Bellatrix Lestrange, Lucius Malfoy, Mandrake Restorative Draught, a Vanishing Cabinet, the Owlry, the Hospital Wing, Divination Classroom, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions Classroom, Mandrake, Library, Trophy Room, Impedimenta, and Petrificus Totalis. You also, so those are the clue games, or the card pieces. You know, everybody splits it up, and then there's only a few that are in this confidential one, which actually I think there's still some in here. Let me just double check. Oh, and yes, there are. So we've also got the Sleeping Draught, the Room of Requirement, and Crab and Goyle. And then you have, this is your confidential thing that goes into Dumbledore's office. And then in this Ziploc bag here, you get some dice. And you get a special dice. This part was really cool. It comes with, you get to put the stickers on. But basically you have Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin. Basically when you land on these, it tells you which corner you're going to be turning as far as the change of secret passages and whatnot. They're basically supposed to represent the moving stairs. Then you have this star, which tells you to grab some kind of a card, and then you have this, and the directions explain what this is all about. You also get, and I don't recall ever using these, but we also have the Sleeping Draught in this circular thing. That's, I guess I'll say circular cards. Yeah, they have in fact anything that you can probably guess is also in the circular, like the Portkey, the people that you can guess. Except I don't. Did they say Draco Malfoy? I think they did. These pieces, I haven't used them while playing, but they do exist as part of the game. You also get ways to be awarded points, and they look like this. They look like cardboard coins in a way. So this is for like 10 house points. Then you have 5 house points, and you can lose or gain them throughout the game. And there's also 20. So you have 5, 10, and 20. You start out with a certain amount, and then you can gain or lose them. If you lose them all, you can lose the game altogether before you even make a chance to even guess. You know, so things like that. So even though these circular pieces are pretty cool, I haven't really used them while playing the game. They're really not necessary, to be honest. You know, it doesn't even, I don't recall in the instructions that it says to use them or how to use them. You get these help cards, so anytime you roll the dice, and if you get a star as one of your, because you'll end up rolling all 3 of these, and if you land on the star along with it, you get to grab one of these cards, and these are like helpful things. So like, I'm not going to go through all of them, that would just take so long, but just for an example, you can get like a spell, Alohomora. During your turn, discard this card to move through any closed doors as if it were open. So that's a very helpful spell to have. And then there's a bunch of different other ones. And then if you land on the dark mark ones, you would grab one of the dark decks. And something that might happen would be something like characters and corridors. So if you're not within a room of some kind, it says, as you pass the courtyard fountain, you're trapped in a water-like cocoon and can't breathe. Lose 10 house points. Help cards would be Gillyweed or Albus Dumbledore. So any of the help cards over here that we just went through, or with one of them anyway, these could be possible help cards. And if you have them, you don't lose 10 house points. But if you don't, you will lose the 10 house points. So it's a very, very fun game. The game pieces, I'll be completely honest with you, I was very, very disappointed with these game pieces. So I was very glad that I even made my own to begin with. Just show you. I don't remember how many game pieces there are. I have, let's see, I've got 4 in my hand. Is there any more? Oh, there's 2 more. So how the game pieces work is, say your favorite color is blue, or let's say you're a Ravenclaw and you just want to be blue anyway. This is your game piece to move throughout the game. So if I were to put this on the board, that's how that would be. And then your character would actually be Ginny Weasley. And even though these cards are really nice, like, I just think that these game pieces are pretty sad. Like, what would have been better is if they had an image of the character within this piece of plastic instead of this question mark, which to me is just kind of lame. No offense, but yeah, it's pretty lame. And that's how all the characters work. So your color options are blue, you have green, red, white, that's purple. I don't know if you could tell that's purple. In the video, I don't know if you could tell that's purple, but it's purple. And then yellow. And in case you were curious, so outside of Ginny Weasley, your other possible characters that you could be would be Luna Lovegood. She'd of course be the yellow. Neville Longbottom, which would be the green. Ronald Weasley. Oh, I'm sorry. Ronald Weasley would be the yellow. Luna Lovegood looks like she'd be the white. Hermione Granger would be the red. And Harry Potter would be the purple. So, again, I was really disappointed in the game pieces as far as your options and what the game pieces actually look like. So, I was so grateful that I made my own. So I'm going to show you what mine look like. And I have yet to have students or kids that are interested in playing this game to tell me, yeah, I would rather use the game pieces this game came with. So if you already have a Harry Potter Clue game, and you're also disappointed in the game pieces, and you don't have replacement pieces, or you're thinking about trying to find a way to have some replacement pieces, I'm going to show you what I ended up doing. So, my game pieces are in a separate plastic bag, which actually does not fit in this Harry Potter Clue game box. Mind you, I made these pieces back, I want to say, 2004 or 2005, and at that point in time, I don't recall, like, I've read all the books up until that point, and I don't remember what books came out when, to be honest with you, even though I'm a big fan. But I do remember when I made these game pieces, it was before any reader had discovered the existence of Luna Lovegood, just an FYI. Here's my Harry Potter. For those of you that have read the books, his eyes are supposed to be green. These are with googly eyes, and I made them with wooden spools and wooden dowel rods. I think that's what they're called, or wooden balls, whatever you call these. I hand painted the hair. I don't know if you could tell the texture on here, but I took a permanent marker, I think it was, and then added like actual lines to his hair. The outfit is very, very simplistic. I just painted the bottom black and then did white in the center with gray to represent their uniforms. These here, I happen to have, my mom had a bunch of these. They were kind of like rubber bands in a way, but they were red and gold, and so I used them as the tie to make the tie. And just twisted them so they have that look of a tie. And then this here is a piece of black vinyl. You can buy them in yards if you wanted to. I had plenty because you don't really need that much for something this small. This is probably roughly about 2 inches, maybe a tad more, but not by much. They're not very big. I actually sealed the bottom of them, and then looked back and thought maybe I shouldn't have done that, because if they're not sealed, they could sort of be pen pals in a way. I'll show some in the future of how that looks and how that works, but love these game pieces. So there's my Harry. Here's my Ron. Kind of makes me think of Raggedy Andy, but, you know, gingers, so gave him blue eyes. And obviously he didn't wear glasses, so what I did was I cut into the Google googly plastic piece, and then removed the actual inner piece to make the blue eyes. I could have put black dots on top of that, but I just like the way those turned out. Here's Ginny Weasley. Toy looks like a Raggedy Ann, but you know, same concept, same idea. And these guys fit really well within the, like, just perfect for these guys. For the squares that are on here, they fit perfect. I have a random Slytherin girl. I just say random because at the time, like, I really didn't care, no offense for Slytherin people, but I wasn't a big fan of the Slytherin house as it is. But I knew I had to make Slytherin characters for those that do like Slytherin. This is just a random Slytherin character. If you have one then in mind, please feel free to share, and we can make this that person. Let's see, we've got... This is a random Hufflepuff male character with a darker pair of blue eyes. For those of you that, oh, did I say Hufflepuff? I'm sorry, Ravenclaw. I know that's kind of hard to tell that. That's actually a, kind of a tealish blue, bluish teal, however you want to call it, with copper wrapped around it. The copper I used here, I didn't have the same material as this rubbery band type stuff, so I used that sort of floss type stuff, you know, for embroidering. Let's see. I'm sure you guys all want to see Hermione, but I'm getting to that. It's another Ravenclaw random character, female. So I figured I'd at least have in the books, the most common characters were either in Gryffindor or Slytherin. So what I ended up doing was so we've got so far three Gryffindor, 1 Slytherin so far, and 2 Ravenclaw. I'm gonna keep showing you what else I have, but you'll see what I mean, what I'm trying to get at with that. So I've got a random Hufflepuff male. I'm going to put that over here. Let's see. And then I've got another Slytherin. And what I did was I added a layer so that it didn't have, like, I was trying to make this one look fatter because it's actually either Crabbe or Goyle. I just figured it's one of the Croonies. I made 2 of them with different hairstyles just to distinguish the 2 different characters. I honestly thought that they kind of looked a lot alike. But I just made them fatter because they're supposed to be, like, chubbier. So here's the other one. And this didn't stay glued down, but that happens, and that can always be fixed, no big deal. But here are Crabbe and Goyle, different hairstyles. It's hard to see their hair because it's really light, and it's pretty close to their skin color, but you get the idea. And you can always change the hair color. It doesn't matter, really, if you were to make one of your own. And if you want me to show you how I make one step by step and whatnot, please let me know in the comments below. So then we also have Malfoy. So now we have 3 Gryffindor and 4 Slytherin. And I figured since Crabbe and Goyle were always part of Malfoy's group, I figured I'd make at least 1 female Slytherin. So then we also have, here's Hermione. I tried to make her hair look, because it's supposed to be really thick, according to the books. So I tried to make it look like that, but this is, if you're wondering how I did the girls' hairs, all it is brown yarn, and then it's just like glued, and then I'm trying to, like, I tried to fray her hair in particular. Some of these other girls, I just kind of left it looking like as if they're braided, which looks pretty cool. But anyway, this is Hermione, so now we have 4 Slytherin and 4 Gryffindor, as you can see. So 8 characters that you could possibly choose from. And of course you can't have, let's see, they had, how many characters? They had the blue, yellow, green, white, purple, red. So they had, you could be any 6 characters, I believe it was. Obviously I'm giving more options, and it doesn't matter who anyone wants to be, really. So we've got, again, 4 Slytherin, 4 Gryffindor, 2 Ravenclaw, and 2 Hufflepuff, and unintentionally I made this, I don't know how this came about, it might have been from someone writing stuff down and accidentally making a mark on Luna Lovegood's face. But before Luna Lovegood was known to me especially, I kind of made a Luna Lovegood, except I made her eyes dark. But that's pretty much Luna Lovegood from Hufflepuff. So we've got 2 Hufflepuff and 2 Ravenclaw. As you know from the books, these are the least mentioned types of characters. You have some, like Cho Chang and stuff like that. Too bad I didn't make this one with black hair, so then that could have been Cho Chang with, like, dark eyes and stuff. That would have been perfect. Of course, I could always make new ones and stuff like that, but, you know, just something to think about. So these are the characters that I use whenever I play my Harry Potter Clue game. So, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested in seeing how I make one of these, comment below, and please subscribe. Thanks so much, and bye.